Today I'll be showing you how to make the simplest DIY Kydex holster. So it's essentially just a Kydex holster for a plain firearm with no accessories on it whatsoever. I have two additional videos that may help you. One is all the equipment that you'll need to get started making Kydex holsters for like under $100. I'll put that right here, whatever site it pops up in. And then the other video is how to make the DIY Kydex holster press. So today we'll be making it for a Springfield Hellcat. And so to start with this, we're gonna pretty much put a single layer of tape over the whole gun. Okay, so this is what it looks like, and I don't have anything on the top quite yet. So this is to make sure the gun doesn't get scratched up, to add a little bit of tolerance on top of the gun, but most just so we don't scratch it up. So now we need to figure out where we need to add any supports on this gun. So anything that if it were to fill in, that you couldn't fit it in the holster. So like for example on your sights, depending how tight you're gonna wrap it around, usually I don't wrap it around tight enough that it really matters, but I'm gonna tape a little metal rod right here to create a cutout for the front sight. And then if you have any any item that sticks out pretty far, so like the magazine release, or maybe a lever to like a takedown lever, or a slide lock or something like that, you want to put paths there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on this one, honestly the takedown lever doesn't stick out far enough to really need it, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to take a popsicle stick and put it right here, and then I'm going to take another one and tape it right here for the mag release, and then I'm going to tape this right on top for the front sight. Okay, so this is what it looks like all taped up. So I got these two channels there, there for the front sight. And you notice I don't really care what things look like sticking out the back because it doesn't matter. We're gonna cut all that Kydex away. Okay, the last thing we need to tape on here is something that's gonna offset where the clip goes on. So this holster is a little bit more complicated, but you can see right there. So if I put the gun level, it's canted just a little bit, so when it goes in the belt, it angles it up so the grip is angled up out of your pants or belt or anything. So I want to do the same thing there, and so to make that, I just have, this is a little piece of scrap wood that I put a bunch of tape on, and so I'm going to tape it approximately in the same place, which is going to be right about there. Okay, so this part is actually one of the most important parts because it's going to determine the angle that your gun sits at, although you can widen your holes and kind of adjust the angle of the clip a little bit. It's going to determine the depth, and that you can also maybe adjust a little bit, but it's really mostly fixed. You could make this a little wider and drill slits or something, but for the most part this is going to control how it sits. So make sure you get that right. So at the end of the day, this clip will sit right about there on the holster. The last thing you want to do is you want to take a magazine and put a bunch of tape around that and then insert it into your mag well. It will be a little bit stiff, but this is going to keep any too much pressure from the press from collapsing your mag well. They don't typically collapse, but just to be safe. Okay, next part is we're going to want to get our Kydex sheet. This is an 80 thousandths thick black Kydex, comes in pretty much any color under the sun. 80 thousandths thick is what I use for all of my holsters. There's a smooth side and a rough side. Rough side goes out, smooth side goes in where the gun goes. Okay, so we're gonna stick this in the oven, and I do about 1 second at 350, 360 degrees, right on there, per mil thick. So this is 80 mils or 80 thousandths thick. So I will put it in the oven for 80 seconds. Okay, so before we put it in the oven, you want to get everything staged. So I like to have a vise open, ready to accept the press, and then I like to get my clamps ready to roll as well. Okay, so in the oven it goes, and time for 80 seconds. Okay, you can see it's pretty floppy there, so I'm going to lay that in the press. You can preheat the press if you'd like. I usually don't worry about it. And then we're going to put the firearm in there, and you're going to pull relatively tight along the top, because that's going to help form the top. And then we're going to take the press, although it doesn't matter too much, and we're going to squish it in there, working relatively quickly. I'm going to take a clamp here, squish on this side, up here, squish on this side, squish down both sides. And honestly, that's pretty good, but I like to even go in a vise and really get some pressure in there. But not too much. We don't want to like smash the gun too much. Okay, once it's in the press, we're going to wait between 5 and 10 minutes for the holster to cool. Okay, the next step is to pull it out of the press. So go ahead. Okay, so this is what it looks like when it comes straight out of the press. And obviously you couldn't even get the gun in there, so now we got to cut it quite a bit. Okay, so to figure out where to cut this, I like to have another holster nearby so I can kind of see where the lines need to go. And again, you can always remove more material, but it's really, really difficult to put back. So keep that in mind. A couple things is you need to make sure you don't include much of the grip in your holster. You definitely want that out of the holster. So you want to come on here so you have something to grab onto. And then on the inside, I like to not go above here so the gun never touches you up there. And then I don't like to have much of the muzzle of the gun sticking down, especially on the inside, because if you have it sticking down on the inside when you reholster and you've been shooting a lot, it's nice and toasty. Also, I put this on this side because this is going to be a right-handed holster. So with that, I'm going to go and trace out, kind of mimicking this holster. Okay, so I've drawn my lines. I usually start by drawing places where I know I want it to be, and then kind of connecting them in a relatively intuitive manner. I know I'm going to put 2 Chicago-style screws right there, 2 there. On this side, I knew I wanted it here. I knew I wanted to have a little protection over the magazine release. And then I just kind of drew the dots. I also knew I wanted this to completely cover any part of the gun so it doesn't touch me. This part, I'm just going to cut all the way through from this side, so I didn't really mark it super well there. And so now I'm going to go ahead and cut it. Okay, so this is kind of what it looks like now. So now I'm going to untape the gun and put it in there and see what it looks like. Okay, so this is what it looks like for now. So it'll go in just like that. It already locks super good. It has a lot of polishing that we need to do. So next I'm going to go and sand everything. And this is where you'll look and see if, oh, did I miss anything? I kind of want to cut. So like right here, I could cut there down a little bit more so it doesn't stick over there. If you had an optic, then you would just want to cut down here and make a little cutout for the optic. This one doesn't have an optic, so I don't need to worry about that. Okay, a couple tips when cutting. When you're cutting, I don't like to cut this way because then if this hits your holster, it can kind of mar it up. So I like to cut over the outside, the stuff that I'm removing, because then if this hits, I really don't care. Also, when you're cutting, you want to make sure you can't cut curves, so we'll do those with the sanding, a sanding wheel. And then any overcuts, you make sure you want to do it into the part that you're going to throw away. I'm going to hold that over, mark where I want to drill, and then drill it. If you have a drill press, I'd go ahead and use that. If not, get the DIY green drill and send it. Okay, so I also drilled a little bit of a slit here. It kind of turned a little uglier than I was hoping with the hand drill, but anyway, that'll allow me to adjust the angle. So I'm gonna go ahead and put all those Chicago style screws in. Okay, so there we go. So now it fits pretty good. I've adjusted the tension here. And now the last part that I'm gonna do is, I did notice it doesn't give me much here, so I'm gonna cut out more here. Done. The last step to really kind of polish it up, literally, is I'll take a little bit of polish. Okay, so I'll take a little bit of polish and just kind of put it on the outside. Okay, and then I'll take a polishing wheel, and this is a little bit messier and you'll definitely wanna have a lower RPM for this, and I'm just gonna polish up all these edges and make it nice and smooth. Okay, so there's the completed holster. Polish and everything. I still have some polishing compound. I kind of washed some of it off, but I didn't do the greatest job. So it fits in great. Nice clicks, adjustable tension. There you go. Okay guys, so there you have it. That's how you make probably one of the most simple DIY Kydex holsters that you can do. It's a great place to start. I'll be showing you how to do progressively harder holsters over the next couple weeks. If you have any other questions or comments on this, please put it in the comment section below. And as always guys, thank you for watching. See you next time.